So welcome back everyone, Mike here. It's another beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day about the weather and how nice it's been, especially compared to the last couple years. Now since springtime, it's been a pretty nice summer. It's been a fantastic fall. I remember last fall, we might have had a day like this like once every 2 weeks or something like that. Now we're getting them maybe 4 or 5 a week, and it's been just fantastic. But anyway, today I'm going to head over to neighbor Cliff's place. I got my truck and dump trailer over there, and we're going to finish cutting and splitting a load of firewood over there. Now normally our videos, you see one right after another. Everything's in order. Now this one you probably won't see till Monday, because this afternoon when I'm done with that, Melissa and I, we're going to go work on the mini cabin. So that's probably the video that you'll see on Sunday, which when you're seeing this now would be yesterday. I guess that's how it's going to work out. But anyway, I'm going to head over there. Last night we got maybe 3/4 of a cord on the dump trailer. It was getting dark, the splitter ran out of gas. I'm like, we'll just shut her down for tonight, finish up tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to go do. But I'm telling you, it's a really nice setup we have with a Wolfe compact commercial, the conveyor, and the dump trailer. We did about 3/4 of a cord in less than an hour, and that's cutting and splitting and loading in the trailer, which is pretty good. I did the first part myself, and Melissa got over there about halfway through, and then things really sped up when she got there. 2 people with that splitter. It's amazing. It really is. You can crank out some firewood. So I'm gonna go finish up that load right now because I need my truck. We'll come over here and dump it, and then what I'm gonna do is kind of stack it up with that firewood bucket I have on the RK55. Because if you're familiar with those dump trailers, when you dump them, you can't really dump it in a big pile. So if you're doing this all the time, going to get wood and bringing it back here processed, you know, cut and split, you'd have it laying all over the place. It'd be as big as a football field. So I'm gonna go down there and dump it next to the pile, and I'll take that firewood bucket and see how well it works, getting it up off the ground and piling it up. Should work pretty well. But anyway, I better go get started, because when we're done with this, back to the mini cabin. All right, here we are over at Cliff's now. All I need to do is fuel up the saw and the splitter and get started. I think I'll tear back into that pile there, cut a bunch more rounds up. I have the RK24 here with the forks to kind of, you know, root through that pile a little bit, get some stuff up off the ground and separate a little bit. I have that one real big gnarly looking thing on top. I think I'll get that out of the way for now, cut it up later. But a lot of people ask about a firewood processor versus a setup like this. Now I think a processor would be fantastic, especially for the guys, you know, maybe out west. I'm not real familiar with their trees, but you always see those tall, straight trees. You know, you see a pile of logs like this. This is typical for firewood here in the east. It's kind of all curved and bent up, and especially now that I have the sawmill, you know, if I have nice straight saw logs, I'm not going to cut them up for firewood. So I think here in the hardwoods here in the east, at least for what I do, I can't speak for everybody, that this is a really productive setup, you know, if you sell firewood commercially. I do. I mean, you can, you know, there's no restriction on diameter of logs or if they're twisted or gnarly. Yeah, there's still some handwork, no doubt about it. But that pile right there, I think maybe about half of it would be suitable for a processor. The rest you'd have to cut and split anyways with a smaller machine or something. I'm not sure. Sometime I need to do a test and see how much wood you can split on 1 tank of fuel. It runs a real long time, I do know that, but I'm not sure, you know, what that equals in firewood. Ethanol-free gas, use it all the time. Now this conveyor, it just sips the gas. I mean, kind of run it at an idle anyways. I think you could probably run this all day long on a tank of gas. It hardly uses any.
know where I'm going, but I don't wanna know. A predictable life is not what I want. Putting one foot down, one step at a time. Let the road turn, that shit's fine. People ask all the questions to box you in, to classify your life with the stroke of a pen. Take those old rules, crumple them and throw them out. We're burning that box right now. Mold breakers, movers and shakers, don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers, don't ever silence your voice. If you think you were made just to blend right in, to avoid big mistakes or to tally your sins, you might get to the end doing nothing wrong, to find you never lived at all. Mold breakers, movers and shakers, don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers, don't ever silence your voice. So take them all back now. Compromises were made, so we'll never fall. Fear disguises being realistic. Yeah, we're stepping out of the shadows. Bone breakers, movers and shakers, to all the high stakes players, don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers, don't ever silence your voice.
All right, we got well over a quart of wood in the dump trailer. We're going to head over to the house here. Melissa's going to take the RK24. I'll take the dump trailer. I'm going to dump that on the ground and see if I can get it up in the pile with that firewood bucket on the RK55. Should work pretty good. But I tell you what, things move much faster when Melissa's here. One, she's an incredible worker, but two, just having another person feeding that splitter, it doesn't take long at all. What I need to do is come over here and just kind of root some of this stuff out of here. You know what I mean? I could spend an hour and a half cutting, and we could split it all in 20 minutes.
But you know what I wanted to tell you? I would like to have it all cut, all these logs, instead of pieces of pieces.
Yeah.
The next, it's like
so you don't
reach into a bag of licorice and you chew off the first couple and put them back and go by the next one.
Yeah.
Eat those whole.
They just get all tangled up, and I tell you what, it's dangerous cutting into a pile of logs.
I see that.
Well, not only can they roll down on you, but that's the way you can get kickback, you know, because you're cutting one log
up against another,
and the tip of the bar hits the one ahead of you. You got to be really careful. I like cutting them, you know, after you fell a tree on the ground and lift it up with a grapple.
Spread them out and
way easier.
Cut them up.
Did a kennel move in down the road?
Sounds like it.
All right, so we'll head over. We'll see how this thing does.
Okay.
He got down on one knee, 11, 12, 11, and her tears welled up, and her heart jumped to heaven. It was supposed to rain, but there's clear skies today. She was a rare gem, Romanian descent. He was a good man, gave her every compliment she deserved. Yeah, he treated her like a queen. He said, come with me, my darling beauty. Let's spend our lives together, and I love you always through every doorway. Beaches and sunshine cities, moonlight I will. Well, it couldn't have been more perfect than this. Their emotions, world in bliss, like a wave built from the center of the sea. In the evening, they came home in shock. They had spoken what they always thought was a boundless love from the start. She said, come with me, my darling, love to be. Let's spend our lives together, and I love you always through every doorway. Beaches and sunshine cities, moonlight I will. When you're gone, I will keep the fires warm.
So that's what I was talking about.
When you're
The
gone,
dump trailer works fantastic, but you know, they're low to the ground, so you can't dump in one big pile. So if you didn't have any way to push this up into a pile, you know, it wouldn't take long and you'd be out of room. You know what I'm saying?
Firewood, yeah.
So I'm going to use that firewood bucket on the RK55 and pile it up in the pile.
Hey, I offered to turn that around for him, but he was pretty sure he wanted to do it himself. So that would have made for good video footage. All right, so he's jumping on the RK55 with the firewood bucket, and it's gonna scoop that towards the pile. So you'll see that. I'm gonna be running the camera. Any questions?
So the firewood bucket works really well. As you can tell, we're working on stone right here. You know, if you're working on concrete or asphalt, you could really use any kind of bucket. Obviously, you probably wouldn't find one for a tractor with that much capacity, but you know, you can scrape right off the stones fall through it, and it keeps all the dirt out of the pile. It works really well. And what did it take, 3-4 passes to get a cord of wood pushed up in there? Worked that good.
Yeah, it did work nice. You definitely know what you're doing.
Huh. I was telling them at the beginning of this video that all our videos are kind of in order day to day, but they probably won't see this one till Monday, because we're going to work on the mini cabin right now. Yep. And I think that's about it for today's video.
Good. So if you like these videos, click like, subscribe, comment below, share them with your friends. We appreciate it. See you on the next one.